Hello fellow collective members, I'm back, and in this week we're talking about escaping to a park. So guys, it's Nick from Picturehouse Collective here. Thank you for joining me for another video. Once again, it's been a little while since my last one, so I'm not going to mention any sort of time frame as to when you can expect the next one. I will just make these as and when I have time, because of course I'm still looking for those fantastic stories out there that really showcase, give insight into a brand. I think there are some fantastic examples out there. My goal is to bring them to you. This week we're going to be looking at Queen Bee, Beyonce. I don't know if she has any other acronyms, but she recently launched an apparel line, a fitness clothing line called Ivy Park. Now this isn't a new video, this has probably been out for maybe even a couple of months by now, but at the start of the year she launched Ivy Park, a fashion label, but it's not really fashion, it's for fitness. And the launch video had a very specific message. I'll of course link that up in the comments below so you can actually watch the video in full yourself. As I said, you might have already seen it. It's really powerful. Firstly, I must mention how simplistic it is. As you're watching the video, I mean, we all know who Beyonce is, and when you're a superstar, I guess one could certainly assume a certain kind of extravagance that comes along with ultimately all that stardom and all that wealth and all that celebrity. One thing that really stood out to me with this video is that this didn't necessarily have to be from Beyonce. It was so simplistic and down to earth. Firstly, she tells a story. It's nothing to do with how form-fitting the fitness line is, how everyone should go out and buy one right now. It was a story, and that story was Beyonce running as a kid. Her dad waking her up. The story starts with her dad waking her up and saying, it's time to go for a run. And we are then propelled on through her story of how she found it difficult at first to run in that park, but she kept at it and started to think about things going on in her life. So she'd start to think about the things that her parents gave up for their children. She'd think about her sister. And during all of this, we see shots of Beyonce not in a massive, massive mansion. We see her in a playground. We see her in a home gym that is contemporary, yes, but it could be anyone's. There's no bling around of any sort. There is Beyonce, her fitness gear, and the story. And I really like that. I really like how simplistic it is. She talks about, as I said before, the things that she thought about in that park, during those runs. And we see visuals of that. That's a key component of helping your audience really picture what it is you're talking about, is you can associate imagery with whatever it is you are talking about. In this case, she talks about the sacrifice her parents made, and we cut to a shot of a barber or a small business. Maybe it's her parents. She talks about her sister, and we cut to home video footage, I'm assuming of her sister as a kid. We see these nice key elements into her telling of her story, of her childhood and growing up. But more importantly, she then talks about when she would come across obstacles. She thought about every time she goes on stage, she thinks about the park. When she gave birth to her child, she thought about the park. The park became a place of solitude, a place of power and empowerment for Beyonce to kind of draw from. And that is what Ivy Park represents, certainly to Beyonce. So I think the reason I wanted to share this with you is, yes, Beyonce has a massive following, there's no denying that. But look at how simplistic that was. There wasn't too much in production value. The focus was on telling a story. That's what actually people will connect with, is telling a story. So I think this is a great example for anyone who actually has a physical product, especially if it's in some kind of clothing or accessories. You know, if you have a physical product, think about how you might be able to take people who come across your brand for the very first time, think about how you might be able to take them on a journey as to how your product came to be. Forget about the features and benefits and the things that make your product stand out. Focus on story and focus on connection. So that's the story for this week. If you watch the video, I'd be really interested in listening to your thoughts, guys. So please let me know in the comments below what you thought of the video, what your takeouts were, and if you've got a brand, maybe how you feel like you could apply a similar kind of storytelling to your brand. You never know, it might give you the impetus you need to start telling your brand story. Until next time, guys, thanks for watching. Bye.